guys, this is me again, Takemi. So for this video, I will walk you through the integration of our backend web API, which we developed in the previous video, and integrate it with our front end Angular framework. So let's start. So for this file here, we have the side login component. So basically, this part here, this will be showing like the UI whenever we try to load the site. And we have this form here, and for this form we constructed this using a reactive forms module. So we did have a uh, we have fields like the username or the email, the password, and then bind it with the model behind using the reactive forms technique, which is having the form control name of the email and then the form control name of password. And we have the form group here, binding it to login form and having um, the submit function here for calling the login function within the TypeScript file. So yeah, basically this is the front end part of the UI for the login. And then now we go to the TypeScript file. So for this one here, so basically this is the behind the scene file handling the interaction from our component here. So within this file, I use the backend service class, the router, the prompt service, and then the shared info service. And then I also have here the login form group and then the login subscription for handling the actual API call. And then we also have like the errors here for basically handling the errors returned from the web API, and then displaying it within the like part here, which is this one here. hmm and and then within the constructor, I use the login form in loading then binding the login form within our form here, which is this one here. So the definition for our login form is as follows. So this one here. So for our login form, we just returned a new form group having the email and password control forms, or form controls rather. But we did not yet specify any validation for this one here because we are relying with the data sanitation within the API or the backend. So after loading this form here, we use that within this one here, and then to continue, so we basically have this we implemented the on destroy the interface, which is this one here. So basically what this does is whenever we try to navigate away from the components, so like basically going to the other pages whenever the login will be successful. So this checks if the login subs is not defined, and then whenever that it's true, so basically it unsubscribes it, basically freeing memory. Yeah. And so now here for the login method, so we are calling here or by implementing the logic for connecting to the backend to basically like login. So for here we have this errors part um for clearing the errors for usage, and are basically we are clearing the errors here just so that it will not have duplicate data. And then for this part here, we use a variable called payload in um, getting the data from the form. And then this one here, we are calling uh, the authenticate user, which this method is actually calling the endpoint here to log in. So we have here the payload login user command model, which returns the response model of token model, which is the same as what we have within our backend. And then the API URL here, the API v1 account login, and then basically just passing this one within this client here, and then this does the actual backend API call, and then within this part here, so whenever the um the login is successful, so we have this part here basically checking whenever the result is true and then the status code is 200. So basically what we do here is just to reset the form and then save the payload from the API within a shared memory like this one here, like this, yes, like this one here. And then we had a prompt here, this one here, indicating that the login is successful and a message coming from the backend itself. And then for this part here, we try to navigate to the main dashboard of our back office web portal. And here in the error part, so whenever there's a error from the backend or like whatever error that occurs, so this part here handles it. So we have here the if statement and then checking if the status is 400. So whenever this is 400, basically we just try to basically populate the errors variable here and then display it here. This one here. Yep. And then so yeah, so this is the implementation or the integration rather of our backend web API to the front end um Angular part. So let's test it. So basically, we just need to run first the backend and then also run the front end after the backend. So let's just do it like this one. Let's just wait for it to load. Now going back here, we just go to 400 localhost 4200 as the default. So when we log in, let's try first to log in without providing the payload, just to show the errors from the backend API. So log in. So as we can see, when we when we try to log in but not providing the proper data for it, so basically these errors comes from the web API or backend itself. So if we try to do a login here and try to submit, so we see that once we provided a valid data for the form, the errors here are reduced. So let's go ahead and try to go fully and log in. So as you can see, when we tried to or when we provided a correct credentials for the login, you saw that there's a prompt here which indicates that login successful. And now this is the dashboard that we currently have. And by the way, for this dashboard, I am using the modernized template for the Angular front end that we have here, just so that the development will be much faster and I won't be starting from scratch with some of the components that I will be using, just to make the development much more faster and save time. So for now, this is the actual dashboard that that we have. So I hope that you have learned something from this video, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos in the next couple of weeks. And by the way, um, just an announcement. So basically, I posted something on the post tab or the home tab for my YouTube channel, indicating that for the upcoming days, I will be temporarily um posting the e-commerce series development, because I will be starting little by little with the real estate part of the series for this channel. So again, stay tuned and thank you.